Hello, everyone. Welcome to Andrea Speaks TV. I'm your host, Andrea, and I'm here with episode 70. That's right, y'all. This is episode 70, and I'm here to bring you commentary you can use. So, I first want to say welcome. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate everyone who is tuning in. Hello, all the way to California. I'm here on the East Coast, so I want to say hello, and welcome. It's been a few days now, has it, since I've been live? I'm doing well, just kind of dealing with some sinus issues. I'm pretty sure that you can hear it in my voice, but other than that, all is well. And I pray that all is well for you and your family. So I want to say Merry Christmas Eve to you all. Um, this is the time of year where we stop and we reflect and we really just, think about how blessed we are, how grateful we are for family, friends, our loved ones. And so I want to say, as I always say every episode, I want to say thank you all so much for supporting the channel, whether you tune in each week as I upload videos. Hopefully, are you all able to hear me? I'm not able to talk as loud, um, but I do hope that you all can hear me. Let me know if my volume okay. Let me know if my volume is okay. But this is just a time of year where, yes, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you all so much for your emails. Andrea, why are you? You haven't been live. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You all uh, give me encouragement. Um, you all help motivate me to continue going with the channel and sharing news information that we all can use. So, again, this is a time of year where, Christmas over the years, and you all let me know if you agree with me or not. Over the years, it seems that Christmas really, has been, commercialized. A lot of times we're, whether we realize it or not, um, a lot of times we are, well, how do I want to say it? Conditioned, or we are fed to believe that Christmas is about buying gifts and things like that. And certainly, those are ways and gestures that we can show our loved ones, children, that we love them. But then those are also things that can be done throughout the year, not just around Christmas time. So, there may be someone who is watching, tuning in, and they may be saying, you know what, I feel bad. Or there may be someone that says, you know what, I feel bad because for whatever reason, this has been, you know, um, this has been for many people, this has been a tough year, ever since the pandemic, maybe even before the pandemic. This has been tough times for many people. And there may be some people who say, you know what, I feel bad because I'm able to provide for my family, whether it's buying more toys or, whatever it is, however you celebrate. They may say, you know what, I feel bad because I'm not able to provide like I normally do around the holidays time. And, if there are any of you watching who feel that way, I say that, we have to remember the true reason for the season. I believe, as said, Jesus is the reason for the season. And as long as you're taking care of your family as well, as long as you have life, you have your health, things of that nature, then that should be, a gift enough, so to speak. It's more so, what am I really saying? It's not so much about materialistic things, but I always say, I have the mindset now that, your true gifts are things that cannot fit under a tree. The love of family, your health, wellness, things of that nature. And so I just want to encourage someone, if you are watching and for any reason you're feeling down, um, maybe you have a loved one who was here this time last year or years before, and for whatever reason, they're not here now. Um, I can definitely relate to that. I would encourage you to still be encouraged. Focus on your family members, friends, loved ones that are here, and think about how, in spite of whatever you're going through, how blessed you still are. I think that in whatever it is that we go through, I think that there is um, a blessing, whether it's a testimony that could come out of it. And I believe that despite whatever you may be going through, that you still have things to be thankful for. So I hope that maybe something that I just shared is meant to encourage someone, um, to help you focus on the true meaning of the season. And even if you bought toys, I bought toys. My family and I, those things are okay, but especially living in the times that we're living in now, we want to make sure that we have the things that we need. Um, we want to make sure not only are we preparing ourselves for today, but that we are also focusing on the future. It's one thing to buy toys for your children, things like that. I'm just using toys, talking about children using in toys, but you also want to make sure, especially with the times that we're living in, that we're securing a solid financial future for our children. So I just want to give you some things to think about. Again, I want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family. And I want to say thank you all so much for your support. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, happy holidays to you all. Whatever way you celebrate, I hope that you have a great time, whether it's today, tomorrow, any day of the year. I hope that you enjoy yourselves with your family members and friends. I do want to read some from an article. I do want to read some information from an article. You all know right here on the channel, I've shared my website with you all, preparewithandrea.com. And on my site, not only can you find emergency food supply, survival needs, but also I share on the site, there are several articles that talks about information, knowledge that we can definitely use, not only about emergency food supply, but the need to be prepared, ways that we can get prepared. And in keeping with the holiday season, I came across an article, Merry Christmas, that's right, Merry Christmas. I came across an article, and the article talks about why Christmas this year is more meaningful. Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit of information from the article, and I would like to know your thoughts as well. Okay, all right. Now the article says Christmas has always been special. Christmas has always been a special time of the year, right? But after 2020, okay, we all know the pandemic. It came in 2020. This year's Christmas feels even more meaningful. Okay, these are the words of the author of this article. Let me know if you feel the same. Okay, now it says it's not because things have gotten better. In many ways, they haven't. Okay, again, we've talked about this on the channel before. Even with, let's say, for example, stimulus packages and things of that nature, all different types of relief, there are still people. This is December 2021. There are still people who, for whatever reason, are struggling, having a hard time making ends meet. So, even with all of that, there are still people who, for whatever reason, are still facing hard times. So, the article says Christmas 2021 is more meaningful because we gained a new perspective in 2020. When the world shut down in 2020, the article says, everyone suffered. Schools closed, travel stopped abruptly, businesses shuttered. Remember, all of these things happened. Bank accounts empty. All that is to say, Christmas in 2020 was bleak for many. Some people tried to recreate Christmas magic, but they found that celebrating, oh, it cut off, y'all. Okay, it says some people tried to recreate Christmas magic. Okay. All the typical Christmas trappings and celebrations didn't mean much when we couldn't share them. Referring to the fact that, everyone pretty much, for the most part, because of what was going on, there weren't, for many people, there weren't large gatherings like traditionally there would be every year. And so people had to find other ways to celebrate. Okay. Here are the lessons. The article says we learned that will make this Christmas even more special this year. Okay, so let me know your thoughts about what I'm sharing. in the article. Okay, we have a couple of topics that I want to talk about, but this is one. Okay. Last year, many Americans didn't participate in traditions like traveling at Christmas to see family and loved ones. Okay, whether it was because they were concerned about a family member's health or didn't want to deal with masking on an airplane, people chose to stay home and have a more intimate celebration. Similarly, there were fewer Christmas parties and gatherings. Children's Christmas plays were even canceled. As a result, we realized how much we miss seeing one another. Moreover, we realized how much we miss celebrating Christmas all together. So it's no surprise that travel companies are anticipating huge numbers this Christmas. Now, we all know we've seen in the media things that have been going on, even with this new thing that's out. I recently saw before I came on, I saw that I believe it was Delta Airlines, I think, had canceled so many flights ahead of the holiday. And, you know, so even as people are traveling, even as people are traveling and making plans, you know, some of those plans are being, I'm just kind of adjusting the view here. So as people are traveling and they are making plans, their plans are being altered due to this new thing that's going on. Okay, you all let me know in the chat. Have your plans been altered in any way because of this new thing that is out? You all let me know if this has impacted you and your family in any way. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. The article also says that we've come to appreciate the simple things. Okay. Charlie Brown, you all are familiar with Charlie Brown. The character has shouted about the commercialization of Christmas for years, but after the pandemic, people are finally listening. Okay. Christmas was once about shopping, shopping, and more shopping. Most people's Christmases look very different from the humble. Most people's Christmases look different. But with people seeing how quickly they could lose what they assumed was steady work, we became more intentional with our spending. Okay. The article says instead of shopping for Christmas gifts just for the sake of it, we are being more intentional about how much we spend and how we spend it. Okay. Someone said because of what everybody had to go through this past year, we've all had time to reevaluate our lives, what is truly important, and set our priorities accordingly. Okay, I agree. Okay, a homebody, yes, I definitely understand that. Okay. Now the article also says it's not surprising that more homes are decorated for Christmas this year. People want to celebrate life and celebrate it well. Okay, even in the area where I am, you know, people as they normally do each year, I've seen you know, more and more homes decorated with the lights and even with the figures outside on the lawn. You know how they have it where they can would be blown up and they have the characters standing in the yard. I've seen a lot of that, and I think that, you know, some people, so it may not, you know, it may not mean anything to some people, but it very well could be that for some people that could be the joy or the light that they need to put themselves in the Christmas spirit, so to say. Okay. All right. Let's see. The article also says that we're more generous and benevolent. Okay. It says you might think that the pandemic made people give less to charities, but you be wrong. The pandemic made us more aware of the needs of others around the world and in our communities. Okay. It's the article says rather than being tight-fisted Ebenezer Scrooges, Americans were generous with their hard-earned money. Okay. And it also talks about people participated in what is known as Giving Tuesday in 2021, and they increased their donations to that as well. Okay. Christmas, the article concludes, says Christmas has always been a season of hope. If you're a Christian, Christmas represents the hope we have in our Savior. Okay. The pandemic caused people to reflect on how fragile life is, how much we owe to the creator of our hope, and celebrate the birth of Jesus. Okay. For those, let me see, hold on one second. I think the way it printed out, it kind of printed over some words. It's kind of crazy. So if you see me looking like this, I'm trying to make sense of what it says. Let's see. That's basically what the article says. So I just wanted to kind of give you some things to reflect on as we celebrate this holiday season, and to get your thoughts on that. Okay. All right. So again, happy holidays. I do want to switch gears here. I didn't know how long. I don't know how long this episode will be. I wanted to keep it for at least under 1 hour. Just depending on whether or not my voice got tired, because I am still dealing with sinus issues. But there's some, y'all, we've talked about it right here on the channel. There's so much going on, right? So much going on in the world. You all have heard me talk about before on the channel. I actually have a video on it. You all have heard me talk about the metaverse, right? The metaverse, this virtual world, so to say, where it's not something that just the idea just came up yesterday. This is something, the metaverse is something, is a topic that has been in the works now for several years. People such as Mark Zuckerberg, I referenced him in the video. This is something that his company has been working on for at least 7 years. And so it seems, based on my research, that there is a lot of money to be made in the metaverse. So I want to come and share some information with you on just how people are already setting themselves up, getting, how do I want to say this? They're getting things in order to make money and capitalize from this metaverse. Now, on the screen, you all can see I have a scene, and I typed up top in the heading, Fashion Street in Decentraland. Now, Decentraland is basically a platform, and it's basically like a place for the virtual world. Have you all ever heard of Decentraland? Let me know in the chat if you have ever heard of Decentraland. Well, this is what it looks like. We talked about, if you have not seen the video yet, where I talked about the metaverse, it is on the channel. Make sure also, if you haven't subscribed to Andrea Speaks TV, make sure you subscribe. I have over 85 videos right here on the channel, y'all. All information that you can use. But you all let me know, have you heard of Decentraland? Let me know. It's actually a new term. I'm just recently learning about it myself. But in Decentraland, okay, this platform, this virtual world, they have something called Fashion Street. So you may say, okay, Andrea, what is this information about? I want you all to know that people are actually buying land. They are creating land. They are buying land in the metaverse. Okay, all of this is virtual. It's not something that you can physically touch. It's not a place that you can actually physically go to. People are creating and buying land in the metaverse. Okay, what do you all think about that? People are actually creating and buying land in the metaverse. Okay, so much so, okay, that in a recent Yahoo News article, you all can see right here on the screen, it was reported that there were three plots of digital land. Okay, remember, this is not something in the physical. 3 plots of digital land next to Snoop Dogg's mansion sells for a total of $1.23 million. Yes, you read correctly. So again, this information comes from Yahoo News, and it says that 3 plots of digital land on Metaverse platform The Sandbox, located next door to Snoop Dogg's mansion. Okay, we all know who Snoop Dogg is, legendary musical artist, businessman, entrepreneur. We all know who Snoop Dogg is, okay? Especially if you're on the West Coast. I do know that we have some subscribers, supporters who are from California, like Snoop Dogg. And so Snoop Dogg, a celebrity, you can say, he is someone who has already been in the works, setting up his land, his mansion in the metaverse. So 3 plots of land, y'all. 3 plots of land next door to Snoop Dogg's mansion, sold for a total of $1.23 million. Okay. In the caption it says 3 plots of digital land on Metaverse platform, the Sandbox, located next door to Snoop Dogg's mansion, have sold for a combined total of $1.23 million as buyers continue to purchase the most sought after plots available. Okay, the 3 plots, the article says, purchased using the Sandbox native sand token. That's SAND. Okay, you may want to do some research on that as well. That is, I believe, a form of cryptocurrency. And so, again, do your research. The Sandbox native sand token, SAND, were directly next door to Snoop Dogg's virtual mansion. Okay, so again, y'all, people are making money, creating land, buying land, selling land. I even believe in my research that people are able to rent land. Okay, but again, I want to put this information out there, give you something to think about for those who may be interested in making this investment, for lack of a better term. Let's see. Someone commented, Decentraland sounds insane, almost like buying land in a different planet, right? Remember, they're selling land on Mars. I did not know that. Selling land on Mars. That's something that I definitely need to go and look up. Okay. We talked about this before on our episode. Someone commented, people really won't be able to distinguish between reality and fantasy. Reality is being redefined, definitely. And I had my different points in the video. In the video, I had my different points, my different concerns about the metaverse, particularly when it comes to our youth, our young children who are still developing. Their minds are not fully developed yet. And so when you talk about putting the youth or introducing this virtual world to the youth, without there being barriers, um, measures put into place to protect them, this could be something very scary, even dangerous, I would say. And so I'll go back after the video is over and I'll post my link to my YouTube video where I broke down the metaverse. I gave you some information as well as shared my concerns. And so you all be sure to check that out. Definitely sounds scary. Okay. All right. So for those who would like to know more about this, I included some more information. Okay, let me see what I said here. Okay, so basically the article was saying, much like physical property, owning land. Okay, again, owning land in a virtual world, not somewhere where you can actually go physically. Much like physical property, owning land close to a landmark, popular location, or a celebrity house often warrants higher price tag, and the trend seems to have carried over into the metaverse too. All right, so we all even know, y'all, we know that all throughout the country, all throughout the United States, the real estate market seems to be pretty hot now. People, different homeowners are gaining large amounts of equity in their homes. And we also know that the supply of homes is not typically like it normally is. And so, in the housing market, that has led to bidding wars. And so, I guess, people are saying, hey, we can't find a home here, or maybe we don't want to invest in physical land. Let's go and create something in the virtual world where we can get what we want. So, it may not be for everyone, but a lot of people are looking at it saying, hey, this is an opportunity to make some money. And so, again, I want to share this information with you. Maybe it is something that you're interested in. Now, even though this land sold for a combined total of, what was it, 1.23 million, I believe I shared. I don't know. There may be other price points. If that is in your price range or out of your price range, if it's something that you're interested in, You can, check it out, do your research. This information does come from Yahoo News. Okay. All right. How to buy land in the metaverse. How to buy land in the metaverse. That is a one of the top what do I want to say top most searched topics out there. And so the information I'm sharing on the screen, I believe I got this from Motley Fool. The Motley Fool, they share different what I want to say, like information on finance, things of that nature. But you could just do a quick search, buying land in the metaverse. Um, the caption says metaverse real estate has really been setting the world on fire lately, but buying it isn't like buying real estate in the real world. Okay, so again, the virtual land market is pretty hot right now. And let's take a look. What are the steps? Okay, so again, this information comes from the Motley Fool. It says first you'll need a digital wallet. Now, again, this is information that I'm sharing with you. I do encourage you to do your research. I'm not giving investment advice saying, hey, this is what you need to do. But I'm letting you know that there are people out there who, this is a hot market right now. And so I do encourage you to do your research if this is something that you're interested in, or if you say, you know what, let me find out a little bit more about what's going on here. Okay, so I won't read all of it on the screen, but basically they say you have to have a digital wallet. It says the article says you can't buy real world real estate without money. And the same goes for virtual real estate. You can't just stick your credit card in the slot. You need a digital wallet in order to purchase the cryptocurrency for the platform you're interested in. Okay. So it says you need to get a digital wallet, do your research. Next, choose your buying platform. Okay. The article says you have a couple of options when it comes to buying land in the metaverse. You can choose to buy your property directly on a specific metaverse platform, or you can go through one of the many popular third-party platforms that offer buying and selling opportunities. Again, I am sharing the information with you. I do encourage you to do your research. Okay. Making an offer and closing. If you bought physical real estate before, you know this next bit can be a real nightmare in your real world. In the virtual world, it's kind of almost not a thing. When you find a parcel you like and that's within your budget, you simply click on it and buy it. On some platforms like Decentraland, which I talked about that, you can also make an offer on the property within the platform and the owner either accepts or rejects your offer. Okay. Let's see. Someone said, I wonder if there are people really buying land in the metaverse or if it's all made up to lure people into being ripped off. That is something to be, that is a question that definitely should be asked. Based on my research, just again, from what they are presenting, it seems like this is something that people are really being involved with, purchasing land. But then my question is, what happens if something happens and someone presses a key, for example, and the land just gets erased like that? That is a concern that I have when it comes to, that's another concern that I have when it comes to the metaverse and this whole idea of a virtual world. Is there someone that could just easily press a button and everything be deleted? Then what happens? What happens to all of the money that has been invested, time that has been invested? Who is in control of all of this? And do they have the control where they could just press a button and everything be deleted? That's definitely a concern that I have. Wait just a minute. Okay. All right. So I wanted to share that with you all. Appraisals. One question was, what about appraisals in the metaverse? It says right now there are no tried and true formulas for appraising virtual real estate, though some large commercial ventures are trying to figure it out. The thing that's important to keep in mind with metaverse real estate, the article says, is that it's extremely new, extremely experimental, and extremely volatile. Just a few months ago, you could buy lots in almost any metaverse for a few $100s, but today it says you'll need a few thousand minimum just to get in the door. So again, y'all, people are buying land in the metaverse. If it's something that you're interested in, I do encourage you to do your research. Again, I'm not here giving any investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I've just done my research and I'm saying, hey, this is something that is a hot topic. Some people could even say it's a trend. That is another question. Is it tax free? What about inheritance? Other legal issues that come up? Do you get a deed? Those are all, I don't have the answers to that, but those are definitely questions that would need answers for. I agree. Those are good questions. Okay, y'all. All right. So I want to switch gears here. You all know that one of the websites that I referred to several times here on the channel is whitehouse.gov. If anytime there is a news briefing by the president or his press secretary or some information coming from the White House, more than likely that news will also be shared on whitehouse.gov. So recently, President Biden gave some remarks, and he was talking about the fight against you know what. Okay, we've covered it on the channel. And so I just want to give you some updates now. I had a chance, if you have not watched the video, I do encourage you to go and watch the video. I have the transcript from his speech. I'm not going to read all of it. This speech, I believe, was given on December the 21st, if I'm not mistaken, December the 21st. Did you all let me know for those who are watching now live or if you're watching by replay? Did you get a chance to see President Biden's or see and hear President Biden's most recent speech? You all let me know, okay? Let me know if you all got a chance to hear his most recent speech, okay? All right, if you if you have not watched it, I do encourage you right here on YouTube. You can just type in President Biden. You can actually type in the title of this article, Remarks by President Biden on the Fight Against You Know What. But I do want to read a shorter article. Again, it comes from whitehouse.gov, and it is a fact sheet. Okay, it's a fact sheet related to his speech. And it says President Biden announces new actions to protect Americans and help communities and hospitals battle the thing that is out. Okay, all right. Now, the article says, or the press release says today, this is dated December 21st. Today, President Biden will announce new actions to protect Americans and help communities and hospitals battle the thing that's out now. Okay. Building on the robust plan he announced earlier this month to get people maximum protection. Listen to this, y'all, ahead of the winter and prepare for rising cases. Okay, you all know what I'm talking about. Driven by the new thing. Now, the article says we know how to protect people from severe illness. We have the tools needed to do it. And thanks to the president's winter plan, we are ready. Okay, 73% of adult Americans have the thing, are fully, you know what. And it says up from less than 1% before the president took office. Okay, and it says, and we are getting about 1 million boosters in arms each day. Okay. The V word are free and readily available at 90,000 convenient locations. It says there's clear guidance on masking. And speaking of that, now this article came out on December 21st, which is the same day I believe he gave the speech. But earlier today, I saw some information. I saw a headline where it said that they are maybe reconsidering cloth masks. Have you all heard that? There may be some questions now about, I don't know how effective cloth masks are. I don't know. It was something that had to do, I didn't get a chance to really look into it, but it has something to do with cloth masks specifically. Have you all saw any updates, any information on questions about cloth masks? You all let me know. Okay. All right. So basically, I'm just going to kind of highlight the major points of what he was saying. They go on to talk about the V word being so powerful. And of course, they're trying to encourage more and more people to get the thing. You all know I've shared my thoughts on that right here on the channel. So I won't get into that today. But President Biden announced the following actions. Okay, these are some things that I want you to be aware of. All right, now, one of the things he announced was increased support for hospitals. Listen to this, y'all. The president will take several steps to ensure states and health systems across the country have the personnel, beds, and supplies they need as they battle the rising, you know what, hospitalizations, mostly among, now this is what they're claiming, mostly among the people who don't have the thing. Okay. Today's steps, again, this is December 21st. Today's steps build on the president's winter plan, which made over 60 winter pandemic emergency response teams. Turn the page. Deployments available to states and the pandemic surge response teams the administration mobilized over the summer and fall to fight the surge. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I wish I could find that, but it had something to do about cloth masks. I'm gonna look it up, and maybe on the next episode we'll talk about that. Okay. Deploying additional medical personnel. Okay, they're going to mobilize an additional 1,000 troops to deploy to hospitals who are burdened by the thing. The president is directing Defense Secretary Lord Austin to ready an additional 1,000 service members, military doctors, nurses, paramedics, and other medical personnel to deploy to hospitals during January and February as needed. Okay, so I do want to bring this point up now on the channel as well. We talked about how, for whatever reason, think about this, y'all. The people, the medical professionals, right? Doctors, nurses, other medical professionals who guided us through the pandemic, took care of, those who were hospitalized. Um, they did their jobs and their work, and all of a sudden, due to mandates, many of them who chose not to get the thing were, I believe we can say, forced out of their jobs. And so it seems now, based on the article, they're saying, you know what, rather than say, hey, we're going to do away with the mandates for healthcare workers, rather than taking away the mandate, they would rather bring in military doctors. Do you all see what I'm saying here? Am I making sense? Hello to everyone who is watching now live, or if you're watching by replay. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Join our community. We are concerned about the times that we're living in. We're seeking truth. We're seeking transparency and real solutions. And so if you're someone who you say, you know what, that sounds a lot like me, then make sure you subscribe so you can stay updated when I bring you news and information each week. Okay. So again, we know the mandates that have been going on. We know that for many healthcare workers across the United States, they had to make some tough decisions, whether or not they chose to get the thing in order to continue working wherever they work. And so, here it is now. Rather than say, you know what, we're not going to do a mandate at all, and we're not going to mandate that those people who working in the medical field, we're not going to, instead of them saying, you know what, let's just do away with mandates, to me, it's almost like they're saying, well, okay, we have a solution. If they don't want to get the thing, let them go, and we'll just bring in military doctors, nurses, paramedics, and other medical personnel. But is that really, do you think that's really a solution? To bring in military medical professionals to assist the hospitals, rather than say, you know what, let's not mandate the medical professionals who are there, let's not mandate them to get the thing. Does that make sense, y'all? So that's something that I want you all to be aware of. Also, they're going to deploy federal medical personnel available to states immediately. The president is announcing that six emergency response teams with more than 100 clinical personnel and paramedics are deploying to 6 states now. Those states are Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, Arizona, New Hampshire, and Vermont. This is on the top of the 300 federal medical personnel that have been deployed since learning about the new thing that's out now. Okay. They're also going to expand hospital capacity. They're going to activate, listen, y'all, they're going to activate FEMA response teams to help states and hospitals add capacity now. The president is directing the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, FEMA, to activate additional staffing and capacity for the National Response Coordination Center, or NRCC, and FEMA regions, and to mobilize planning teams to work with every state and territory to assess hospital needs ahead of winter surges and to start expanding hospital bed capacity now, with the federal government paying for all of it. Okay, that's what it says. Okay. The administration is also pre-positioning the federal government's own supplies and resources to help make more beds available. Okay. Another thing that they are doing, providing ongoing support to states to help hospitals create and license more beds. FEMA has already provided states hundreds of millions of dollars to expand hospital capacity. This includes 2 new medical surge facilities in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in Baltimore, Maryland. They're going to deploy hundreds of ambulances and emergency medical teams to transport patients to open beds. To get ahead of surges, FEMA is ready to deploy hundreds of ambulances and emergency medical teams so that if one hospital fills up, they can transport patients to open beds and other facilities. Okay. That is something that they are doing. You all let me know, what are your thoughts on this news that I am sharing? Okay. Providing critical supplies. They are pre-positioning critical supplies from the Strategic National Stockpile. Thanks to the president's leadership, the article says the U.S. government has hundreds of millions. Listen to this, y'all. Thanks to the president's leadership, the article says, the U.S. government has hundreds of millions of N95 masks, billions of gloves, tens of millions of gowns, and over 100,000 ventilators in the Strategic National Stockpile, all ready to ship out if and when states need them. Okay. They're also going to be deploying ventilators to states. Okay. Robust access to free testing. Now, this is something that's new, y'all. Okay. The president will announce, he since announced that new actions to ensure Americans have access to free testing, including convenient at-home tests. Now, here's something else that I also read about in the news. For whatever reason, many people have been going out to buy tests. Some places, some stores, some businesses have even restricted how much, excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. Some places have even restricted how many tests you can purchase. And so what the president has announced is, hold on, let me find it. Okay, they're going to increase testing sites, and they're also going to distribute free rapid tests to Americans. Okay, so the president has announced his administration will purchase 500 million at-home rapid tests this winter to be distributed for free to Americans who want them, with the initial delivery starting in January 2022. Okay. The administration says will stand up a website where Americans can go to get at-home tests delivered to them for free. Okay. They're also going to utilize the Defense Production Act to further accelerate production. This press release says the president is pledging to continue using the Defense Production Act, or DPA, and other authorities to make sure the U.S. is producing as many tests as quickly as possible. Through the president's aggressive actions this summer, including use of DPA, the administration has already quadrupled the monthly supply of at-home rapid tests in the U.S. The administration will continue to use the DPA to accelerate production. Just in the last week, the administration used DPA to ensure that 2 testing manufacturers have the raw materials and equipment they need to produce as many tests as they can. Okay. And then also they talk about how they're going to, make it so more people can get the thing if they wanted to. So Again, y'all, these are things that are going on. Sometimes it's not always front page news, but I do want you to know what's going on. Again, this information comes from whitehouse.gov. So even the things that are not being talked about, if it hasn't made headlines yet, you can go in and research whitehouse.gov to get the information. Um, and find out what's going on, so that just like I said, the purpose of the channel, a place where we can get news and information so that we can be aware of what's going on and make a plan to protect ourselves, our family members, loved ones, friends, and to be able to sustain through the times that we're living in. Okay. All right. So that's all the information that I wanted to share with you all. Again, I want to say I appreciate you all so much for your support of the channel, Andrea Speaks TV. I do have merchandise available, and so I'm actually wearing one of my T-shirts now. Let me see if I can show you. You all can see Andrea Speaks TV commentary you can use in the description of the video. In the description of the video, I do have a link where you can purchase your very own shirt right here on the channel. And so I hit the button. I think I addressed that question earlier. In the metaverse, inheritance and having a deed, those are all questions that we need answers for, right? I definitely think it's something that we should, definitely question. But, like I said, use caution and do your research. So again, y'all, I want to say Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. This is Christmas Eve. And so I do have several things that I need to do before the night is over. But I did want to come on, even though I'm battling some sinus issues right now. I did want to come on and go live with you all, let you all know that I'm thankful and grateful for your support. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can be notified and stay connected with me as I upload new information each week. If you would like to get Andrea Speaks TV merchandise, like the t-shirt that I'm wearing, I also have mugs. I have other items on the site. Just click the link in the description of this video, and you can shop with me. Also, make sure you check out my site, preparewithandrea.com, to get your emergency food supply and your survival needs. And if you do place an order there, please email me. Send me an email, AndreaSpeaksTV@gmail.com, and let me know that you placed an order. That way I can help you keep up with your order status and if you have any questions. Okay. Um, I appreciate each and every one of you all. Someone said, thank you so much, Andrea. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you. Thank you. I am feeling better, but you know how it is, just, when you have sinus, I say sinus congestion. I have been taking, I have some, natural remedies. I have some juice recipes that I rely on. Earlier, I had like a citrus immune booster smoothie. And so I pretty much rely on natural remedies, and I am feeling better. Okay. Staying hydrated also is key as well. Drinking water, definitely drinking water. And I hope that you feel better as well. Yes, yes. With everything going on, I am a firm believer that not everything is the thing. This is the time of year where the seasons are changing. Where I am here on the East Coast, one day it could be hot, the next day it could be in the same day. One earlier that morning it could be cold, then it could get hot, and then it could get cold again. And so I do believe that um, this is just the time of year where the seasons are changing, and you know this is just something that typically would happen, or what may happen even without it being, the pandemic. So, I look at it like, if you turn off the news and this was going on, what would you do? You would take your, whether it's your medicines, or you would take your natural remedies as usual, and you would just go about, you would go about your day. I'm not the type that I'm scared and I'm running to get a test. I didn't do any of that. I know my body, and I trust my immune system. And so, like I said, I take a more natural remedy approach. And so, carrots, apple, ginger, turmeric, things of that nature. There are other things out there as well, but one thing I know for sure is you can't keep a good woman down. So um, I'll be back on good foot very soon, and we'll be able to go live a little bit longer and talk more about some of the things that are going on. So I do want you all to take care of yourselves as well. Um, be blessed. Enjoy your family. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family. I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon again live so we can talk and have conversations about the things that are going on. But I definitely think now that it's very important that we spend time with our loved ones, our family, remember the true reason for the season, and just take time to take care of ourselves, our loved ones. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So, again, I want to say thank you all so much. I'm going to sign off now because it is Christmas Eve and I got a few things that I need to do before I go to bed. So, again, thank you all so much for your support. Even if it's a few days, if I don't go live in a few days, know that I'm focusing on getting better so that I can come and give you all a good show. Okay, I apologize for sounding stuffy. I hope that you all were able to hear me and understand me clearly. But by it being Christmas Eve, and it has been a couple of days now since I've been live, I wanted to come on and say hello and wish you all happy holidays. And again, I want to say thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in to Andrea Speaks TV. Y'all take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you so much for your support. Be blessed and enjoy the holidays with your family. Take care, y'all.